Hey there, everyone. Happy Monday. I am King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon. Here we are into the last few days of 2025. We got that forecast for you as far as what we're expecting heading into New Year's Eve and how things are looking as we head into the first day of 2026. Things are dry here over the next couple of days, but we do have a wetter pattern by the weekend. Things right now are just downright chilly and cold even in a few spots. And that air mass, well, it's coming in from the north, obviously. But a lot of it's beginning to pivot its way off to the east. Here's a look at some of the temperatures as you go up into Canada, up all the way to Alaska, the Yukon, up that way around some of those parts. Minus 44 in Fairbanks. That's some of the colder air that's up into those locations. You can see Yellowknife right now at 8 degrees below zero. And as you get into BC, yeah, temperatures are actually sitting in the upper 20s, and that's more the air mass that we've been dealing with, and it was nearby, at least closer to us as far as the really cold air just about a couple of days ago. With that pivoting off towards the east, we're going to start to see our air mass begin to modify as we head over the next couple of days. So things will get a bit warmer, and we're expecting, and at some point, we're going to get more rain back into the forecast too. But for right now, I think we're dry over the next couple of days. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast tomorrow. Generally, skies going to be partly cloudy. We'll see more of that sunshine as we head into the afternoon hours after a few areas see some of that fog. We'll let you know where has the best chances of seeing that fog here in just a second. New Year's Eve, things nice and quiet. It looks like we're going to keep things dry throughout the daytime hours and the nighttime hours, and really not seeing rain coming back into the picture for us until the latter part of the day on New Year's Day, and heading on into more so Friday and throughout the weekend as we get back into more of a wet pattern. Here's a look at Westport. A little sunshine out that way with some clouds draped across the sky as well. Pretty thin in nature though. Up this way around Hurricane Ridge, you can see a little glow off into the distance as well, but generally cloudy conditions up that way. Nice to see the snow up there too, and with the colder air that we've been dealing with here recently, we're going to keep it up there for the time being. Don't think we're going to put down a whole lot more though over these next 7 days. Here's Paradise up on Mount Rainier, and you can see a little of that sun peeking through the clouds as we have some thin layers of cloud coverage moving on through, but a beautiful look at that. And then Bellingham, too, you can definitely tell there's a lot of cloud coverage up across some of our parts of western Washington, but just enough of a glow to kind of give us a nice sunset here as we get ready to end off the day on Monday. Here we are looking from our Queen Anne camera in Seattle. You can see Mount Rainier off into the distance. Temperatures holding pretty steady in the low 40s at 43 degrees. Now, typically highs should make their way up into more the mid to upper 40s, so we are cooler than average, and the average high now is at 47 degrees, and I bring that up because we're starting to see those averages go back up. So climatologically, we're now in the part of the year where things should start to get warmer and warmer as we go throughout each day. Let's go ahead and talk about what we're expecting tonight first, though. Temperatures falling back into the 30s. Going to be another chilly to cold night, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning with a few spots at least dealing with some of that fog. Speaking of temperatures here, low to mid 40s for many of our spots. The 20s across the mountain passes right now, so cold enough air to help to continue to support that snowfall. Maybe they'll try to make a little snow here as we head over the next few days too, as we continue to keep things pretty quiet as far as our weather is concerned. Just a pretty weak disturbance that's mainly up into BC right now. That's why you see some of those clouds trying to work their way closer, and yes, some returns on radar popping up where there might be even a few sprinkles out this way towards the north coast, Nia Bay, maybe Quileute, with that activity. But I think overall we're going to keep things pretty dry here as we head over into the night and into the next couple of days. That system moving through BC and Alberta. We have another one right behind that. All of that continuing to work its way more so towards the north. High pressure, the dominant feature for us for the time being. So let's look at this right here. Midnight tonight, things don't really get too active as far as fog. We're still relatively quiet at that point, not seeing much of that fog developing at that time. But once we head into the earlier part of your Tuesday, we're going to start to notice things changing a bit with that. Higher chances of seeing some of that fog right along the immediate water areas, especially around the Kitsap Peninsula and more so around Pierce County and down across more Thurston County and through the Chehalis Valley right there. So South Sound will have the better opportunity of seeing the fog here as we head into the night. Might even notice it across some of our island communities as well, but nothing really too widespread with this fog. It looks like we got another batch of that too up that way around more of Skagit County. So keep an eye out in those locations. Might see it spread just to a certain degree here and there, but here we are getting later on into the afternoon, 12 p.m. around that lunch hour. We're going to see that begin to lift, and then we'll see that completely disappear by tomorrow afternoon. And it doesn't look like we're going to have to deal with much of it at all. This is Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock, and you can see very little in terms of any sort of disruption or fog ahead as we look at the model right there. So Futurecast has us here into the night. Upper level clouds moving on by. We'll have some of those clouds sticking around into tomorrow as well, and then we'll get some of those to break apart as we head on into the afternoon. Get a little sunshine to go along with that. Most of the cloud coverage off to the north with that weak disturbance. And we'll keep that train going as we head on into Tuesday night. Into the day on Wednesday, we'll see just a few of those clouds passing on by. Most of the shower activity well off to our north. And by the time we head on into Wednesday evening, check that out. This is getting closer to about, let's back that up right there. New Year's Eve getting ready to ring in 2026. And nothing going on at all. Nice to see that quiet weather for all of our New Year's Eve's plans. Now, as we look a bit further out into the future, so once we get past more of Wednesday night into Thursday, here we are. We're starting to see New Year's Day, a system coming in from the south. That's going to help to bring in a slug of moisture across California, heading up from the south through Oregon, and eventually maybe arriving for us closer to sunset, heading on into Thursday. So we're talking 4 or 5 o'clock on into Thursday evening. Either way, some timing could change with this, but we're talking more so the afternoon hours or later than that. We'll continue on into Friday, seeing more showers, and we'll start this pattern again of being more wet than dry as we head on into the upcoming weekend. Lows tonight, many of us dropping down near the freezing point, down to 34 in Bremerton, 30 in Shelton, and then we got the 20s and teens across those mountain passes. Highs tomorrow making their way up into the mid-40s around Blaine, Orcas Island at 44 degrees. We got the upper 40s around Marysville at 47, 46 in Coopville, a high of 48 in Redmond, low 50s around Snoqualmie, Issaquah around Maple Valley and Enumclaw with 45 expected in Seattle, 46 in Tacoma, 44 in Olympia and Eatonville. Looks like we'll get up into the 50s as well as we top off at 50 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll keep things pretty quiet here over the next couple of days. Again, a dry New Year's Eve's forecast, and really for the most part, a dry first half of the day on New Year's Day. We'll see some of those showers arriving later into the afternoon and throughout the evening, and then we'll see more of that rain coming back into the picture for us as we head on into this upcoming weekend. All right, everyone, so if you've been excited and really wanting a dry forecast for New Year's Eve, you got your wish. I think we're going to keep things nice and rainless at that point. Just try to make sure to stay warm here over these next couple of mornings, and watch out for that fog tomorrow morning in South Sound. Okay, everyone, take care. Have a great Monday night. We'll talk to you soon.